Welcome back. Today, we have a story that is completely taking over the sporting world, and it is happening right now on the streets of Paris. If you've been anywhere near social media over the last 24 hours, you have probably seen the absolute pandemonium unfolding at the stade Roland Garros. The entire country of France is waking up in a state of absolute shock, and the French sports media cannot stop talking about it. Alexandra Eala has officially arrived for the 2026 French Open, and her arrival has gone massively viral, completely shattering every single expectation the tournament organizers had for a first-round arrival. We are talking about an unprecedented wave of human energy. Reports are coming in, and the numbers are absolutely staggering. 50,000 Filipinos are mobilizing, ready to watch, ready to cheer, and ready to turn the red clay of Paris into a sea of national pride. Let that sink in for a moment. 50,000 passionate, roaring, fiercely loyal fans, showing up to support one 20-year-old tennis prodigy from Quezon City. This is no longer just a tennis tournament. It is a full-blown cultural movement. We have seen massive crowds for the likes of Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, and Serena Williams. But what is happening right now with Alex Eala is something entirely different. The local Parisian authorities and the Roland Garros security teams were reportedly caught completely off guard. When Eala touched down and made her way to the practice courts, the sheer volume of fanfare, the chanting, the flags waving the crisp spring air, it felt like the final of the World Cup, not the lead-up to a first-round tennis match. The French locals, known for their strict and traditional tennis etiquette, are standing by in absolute awe. The videos circulating online show Eala walking to grounds, surrounded by a roaring crowd, signing autographs, smiling, taking it all in with grace and maturity that defies her age. This is the power of the Philippine spirit. It is a nation that rallies behind its heroes with a passion that is unmatched anywhere else on the globe. And Alexandra Eala is not just a hero. She is a trailblazer, a history maker, and the undeniable face of the future of Asian tennis. For decades, the Philippines has been a powerhouse in basketball and boxing, but the tennis courts of Europe were a world away. Now, because of this incredible young woman, the red dirt of Roland Garros feels like home territory. The viral clips of her arrival are not just about the numbers. They are about the emotion. You can see the tears in the eyes of the overseas Filipino workers in Paris, who took the day off just to catch a glimpse of her. You can hear the deafening cheers that echo through the historic avenues of the French capital. The hashtag #LabanAlex is trending at #1 globally, and the entire tennis world is suddenly hyper-focused on this monumental first-round clash. But why is this happening now? Why has this particular arrival sparked such an unbelievable reaction? It is because 2026 has been the year of Alexandra Eala. It is the year she proved to the world that she is no longer just a promising junior player. She is an elite, top-tier professional ready to take down the giants of the sport. She has broken into the top 50, reaching a career-high ranking of number 29, an achievement that no Filipino player has ever even come close to. She is carrying the hopes and dreams of over 100 million people on her shoulders, and instead of crumbling under that immense pressure, she is thriving. This viral arrival in Paris is the culmination of years of blood, sweat, and relentless dedication. It is a global recognition of a superstar who is stepping into her prime. So, buckle up, because we are about to dive deep into exactly what this moment means. We are going to analyze her incredible journey this season, the grueling preparation at the Rafa Nadal Academy that turned her into a warrior on the clay, and a colossal first-round matchup against the formidable world number 17, Iva Jovic. We will break down the tactics, the mental game, and the historical implications of what could happen over the next 2 weeks in Paris. Make sure you stay with me until the very end, because this is not just a sports story. This is a story of a national icon making her mark on the biggest stage in the world. To truly understand the magnitude of this moment at Roland Garros, we have to look back at the incredible trajectory of Alexandra Eala. Her rise over the past 24 months has been nothing short of meteoric. We all remember the historic day in New York back in 2022 when she became the first Filipino to ever win a Grand Slam junior singles title at the U.S. Open. That was a spark. That was the moment the world was put on notice. But transitioning from junior success to the grueling, unforgiving landscape of the WTA Professional Tour is a notorious graveyard for young talent. Countless junior champions have faded into obscurity, unable to handle the physicality, the travel, and the immense psychological toll of playing against seasoned veterans week in and week out. Eala, however, is built different. She did not just survive the transition, she attacked it. By 2025, she was already making serious waves, reaching a WTA final on the grass courts of Eastbourne and capturing a WTA 125 level title in Guadalajara. But it is this current 2026 season where everything has truly clicked into place. She kicked off the year with a spectacular run to the semifinals in Auckland, a performance that officially launched her into the top 50 of the world rankings. That was a barrier-breaking moment for Philippine tennis. From there, the phenomenon only grew. During the Middle East swing, playing in tournaments across Abu Dhabi, Doha, and Dubai, Eala found herself competing in front of capacity crowds. The Filipino diaspora came out in droves. Fan queues were wrapping around stadiums hours before matches even began. It was during this stretch that Eala herself admitted the reality of her fame finally hit her. She realized she was no longer just playing for herself. She was playing for a global community that saw their own resilience and ambition reflected in her every powerful forehand. And that brings us to the clay court season. Clay is widely considered the most physically and mentally demanding surface in tennis. It neutralizes power, demands extraordinary stamina, and exposes any technical flaws in a player's movement. For a left-handed player like Eala, whose natural game is incredibly potent on hard courts, adapting to the red dirt has been a meticulous and arduous process. But she has a secret weapon, an ace up her sleeve that gives her an unparalleled advantage when it comes to understanding the clay. She is a product of the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca, Spain. She has been training there since she was just 13 years old. Think about what that means. Her entire developmental foundation has been built upon the ethos of the greatest clay court player in the history of the universe. At the Academy, Eala was taught not just how to hit a topspin forehand or how to slide into a backhand, but how to suffer. That is a Nadal philosophy. To achieve greatness, you cannot simply accept the pain and exhaustion of a grueling rally. You must embrace it. You must learn to love the battle when your lungs are burning and your legs feel like lead. Eala has spoken extensively about how hitting with Rafael Nadal himself was a surreal, nerve-wracking, and physically demanding experience. Imagine being on the other side of the net from a 14-time French Open champion, absorbing his relentless pace and feeling the sheer weight of his ground strokes. That level of exposure is invaluable. It hardens a player. It strips away fear and replaces it with an unbreakable will to compete. We saw this warrior mentality on full display just a couple of weeks ago at the Italian Open in Rome. In her opening match, Eala found herself locked in an absolute dogfight against the gritty Polish veteran Magdalena Frech. Eala dominated the first set, but the momentum shifted violently, and she was facing a massive uphill battle in the second. Lesser players would have folded, frustrated by the slow conditions and the relentless retrieving of their opponent. But Eala dug deep. She told herself in her coaching box that she simply was not tired enough, that she was not pushing her physical limits far enough to earn the victory. She embraced the suffering, ramped up her intensity, and eventually ground out a spectacular 3-set win. Even though she ultimately fell to the world number 2, Elena Rybakina, in the third round, Eala proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that she has the tactical awareness, the patience, and the raw firepower to do serious damage on clay. Now, she brings all of that momentum, all of that hard-earned grit, and the roaring energy of 50,000 Filipinos into the first round of 2026 French Open. And let me tell you, the draw has not done her any favors. The tennis gods have handed us an absolute blockbuster of a first-round matchup. Alexandra Eala is set to face off against the rapidly rising American star, Iva Jovic. This is not just a match. This is a clash of two of the brightest young talents on the entire WTA Tour. Iva Jovic is an absolute force to be reckoned with. At just 20 years old, she is already ranked world number 17 and is seeded 17th in this tournament. She has been having a sensational 2026 campaign, boasting a brilliant 21 and 10 win-loss record coming into Paris. She has proven her pedigree on the clay with deep runs this spring, including a semifinal appearance in Charleston and solid showings in Rome and Madrid. Jovic is armed with a booming serve and incredibly heavy, penetrating ground strokes. She dictates play from the baseline, and is remarkably comfortable constructing points on the dirt. But what makes this matchup so incredibly fascinating is the dynamic between the two players. Despite being fierce rivals on the court, Eala and Jovic share a very close friendship off it. Just a week ago, they were having dinner together in Paris, posting selfies on Instagram, and sharing a laugh before the brutal reality of the Grand Slam draw tore them apart. They even teamed up to play doubles together earlier this year at Indian Wells. They know each other's games intimately. There are no secrets here. Jovic knows exactly how Eala likes to open up the court with her lefty forehand, and Eala knows precisely how Jovic tries to dominate the center of the baseline. Tactically, this match is a chess game played at 100 miles an hour. For Eala to emerge victorious and send the Parisian crowd into absolute hysterics, she will need to utilize her left-handed advantage to its absolute maximum. She needs to pull Jovic out wide, target the American's backhand with heavy topspin, and force Jovic to hit balls out of her strike zone. Eala's movement on the clay has improved drastically, and she will need to rely on her defense to extend rallies, waiting for the perfect moment to inject pace and hit through the slow court. Jovic, on the other hand, will look to strike first, taking the ball early and refusing to let Eala dictate the rhythm. It is going to be a brutal, physical baseline war, and mental fortitude will absolutely be the deciding factor. The fact that they are friends only adds to the psychological complexity. You have to push aside all of that camaraderie, step onto the court, and be absolutely ruthless for 2 to 3 hours. Beyond the singles draw, Eala is also making headlines with her doubles campaign here in Paris. She is teaming up with a sensational Canadian teenager, Victoria Mboko. This partnership is incredibly compelling. Remember, it was Mboko who Eala defeated in the semifinals of the 2022 U.S. Open Juniors on her way to the title. Now they're joining forces. Mboko has been skyrocketing up the singles rankings, reaching a career high of number 9, while Eala brings her own top 40 singles pedigree and superior doubles ranking to the table. The combination of Eala's crafty, angled lefty game and Mboko's raw, explosive power makes him a dangerous dark horse in the women's doubles draw. They are looking to improve on Eala's second-round finish from last year, and with the kind of confidence both young women are carrying right now, a deep run is entirely within the realm of possibility. But the story of Alexandra Eala in 2026 is bigger than just one tournament, bigger than a singles match against Iva Jovic, and bigger than a doubles run with Victoria Mboko. Eala is spearheading an absolute revolution in Southeast Asian tennis. Alongside her good friend, Indonesia's Janice Jen, Eala is shifting the global balance of power in a sport that has historically been dominated by Europeans and Americans. When Eala and Jen broke into the top 50 simultaneously, they sent a massive shockwave through the region. Fans affectionately dubbed them the Sisters, a brilliant nod to their Southeast Asian roots and their close bond. Inquirer Sports, Inquirer.net. This is a monumental paradigm shift. Eala is proving to millions of young boys and girls in the Philippines, in Indonesia, in Thailand, and across the entire region that the highest echelons of professional tennis are not completely out of reach. She is dismantling the geographical and financial barriers that have held back Asian talent for decades. When 50,000 Filipinos show up in Paris, or when fan queues wrap around stadiums in the Middle East, it is a testament to the hunger and the passion for representation. Every time Eala steps onto the court, she is carrying a flag for a part of the world that is finally claiming its rightful place on the global tennis stage. She is fully aware of this responsibility, and rather than letting it crush her, she draws immense strength from it. She has spoken about how proud she is to be part of this new wave, watching players she grew up with, like Thailand's Lanlana Terudi, breaking into the top 100. They are rising together, pushing each other, and elevating the standard of tennis across an entire continent. Inquirer Sports, Inquirer.net. As we look ahead to Sunday, May 24th, the stage is set for a truly historic encounter. The staid Roland Garros is a cathedral of tennis, a place where legends are forged in the crushing pressure of the red clay. When Alexandra Eala walks out from the tunnel and steps onto that court to face Iva Jovic, the roar of the crowd will be deafening. The French locals, initially shocked by the viral invasion of Filipino fans, will bear witness to a level of passion that redefines what it means to support an athlete. This is the moment of truth. Eala has the talent. She has the elite training from the Rafa Nadal Academy. She has the invaluable experience of grueling battles on the tour, and she has an army of supporters behind her. This first-round match is not just a hurdle. It is a statement of intent. It is an opportunity for Eala to prove that she belongs among the absolute elite, that she can conquer the clay, and that she can navigate the immense emotional weight of playing against a close friend on the world's biggest stage. Roland Garros. The energy in Paris is electric, and the anticipation is reaching a fever pitch. We are witnessing the evolution of a superstar in real time. From the junior courts of New York to the viral, show-stopping arrival in the heart of France, Alexandra Eala's journey is a masterclass in resilience, ambition, and national pride. Whether she wins or loses against Jovic, one thing is absolutely certain. She has already changed the landscape of tennis forever. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredibly deep dive into phenomenon that is Alexandra Eala. The next 2 weeks at Roland Garros are going to be an absolute roller coaster, and I will be right here breaking down every single moment, every tactical shift, and every dramatic twist in this unfolding story. Let me know down in the comments what your predictions are for the match against Iva Jovic. Can Eala's lefty magic overcome Jovic's heavy baseline power? How far do you think the Eala and Boko doubles partnership can go? Drop your thoughts, and let's keep this conversation going. Remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you never miss an update on this historic 2026 French Open campaign. Keep the passion alive. Keep waving those flags. And I will see you all in the next video as we continue to follow Alexandra Eala's quest for Grand Slam glory.